Hey, good afternoon from Cedar Falls Farm. It's Mark here. I'm about to start pedaling a little bit on this Go Kart project to get it ready for my grandsons to be able to ride. First step is just cleaning and assessing. I just took a quick glance at the fuel lines and the carburetor, and looking externally, nothing looks too bad on it. The fuel had been drained out of it and a new carburetor put on a few years ago, so might still be good. So I think the first thing we'll do is clean up, take a good look and assess, and pressure wash. But then we're going to see if we can't maybe put a little fuel in and get it started. So let's take a look together. You can see there's a good bit of old oil spillage, so we might have a seal down there, a gasket this bad. But I mean, overall it doesn't look too bad. Little rusty spots. I'm gonna see if I can't sandblast it, maybe repaint it. Upholstery's real good. My cousin had the upholstery redone by a buddy of his. Tires have some dry rot, but overall they're in pretty good shape. Not a lot of wear on them. So yeah, I think we might just get this thing going here and see if we can't not spend too much on the motor other than check oil. Probably change the oil on it too, get everything good to go for the grandsons, because I'm sure when they get on and ride, it's going to be ride wide open. But yeah, we'll get on to cleaning the engine here in a minute. Going to use a little handy dandy O'Reilly's engine degreaser. This is good stuff. I get no compensation. I paid for this. This is just something I've used for a long time and found it works real well. Hey, it's funny, I bought this not knowing I was buying this go-kart. I wanted to do a little cleanup on the motor on the Ford dump truck, which I will still do, and pressure wash all up underneath it, but this just worked out really well. All right, so we're gonna let this set for a little bit, maybe 30 minutes or so, and we'll get back on it. Okay, let's see what we can do here. be speed blasted for sure. blockage in it. Okay, let's take a look. We'll see what we've got here. It's not extremely clean, but the motor is much cleaner than it was. All that black's off, most of it. A little spot right there I missed. I'll fire it back up and knock that little bit off. Go around and see if I've missed any more. But the rest of this is just going to take some sandblasting, I think, to get it off. I'm thinking about going back red with the main part of the frame and black with the ROPS, a rollover protection system on it, and get everything looking good. Repaint the rims that off-white, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to let this dry for a little bit, and after I do another quick clean on it, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time, but just enough so it's not real messy when I'm trying to work on it, and in case I get ready to bead blast it, it'll be good to go. So I will stop for a minute, and it'll be a few seconds when you get back with me on this. Okay, I thought I would maybe put a little fuel in this thing and check the oil and just see how things would go. So I put a little bit of fuel in it, watch for leaks, nothing. Put more fuel in it, turned on the fuel switch, and pulled a couple of times, shot it with a little Go juice or ether, and turned over, almost started running, and then it's like it was flooded. And I don't know if you can see that, but there is gasoline dripping out even after having turned the fuel off. So now I'm going to have to get this thing apart here. Wow. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I checked the hoses. Hoses look good, but I had a feeling our float may not be working in here. So I'm going to have to take this thing apart, as much as I don't want to. See if I can't get it working properly. So that might take a bit, don't know. Take a look at this. Oh, there we go. Very discolored. Okay, it stopped dripping at least for now. Definitely flooded. Probably don't have that size. Torque screw. Maybe. Okay, 28, 30, okay. Try to keep my big arm out from in front of it. Maybe we can all see what we're doing here. Yes, okay. Yep. I need to grab a Torx and see if I can't get that off. All right, let's see what we can do with this. That. this out. There we go. Good. I have a workbench inside. It would be so much easier to work at a workbench, but this thing's just too big and bulky. It won't fit on it. I could put it on the back of Skeet, the Daihatsu Hi-Jet. I've already measured it, it would fit. But I have a refrigerator on back that I'm going to make into a kegerator. Let's just keep dropping stuff. Yeah. I don't think this thing was working properly. So no problem. Let's throw parts down in the sand and gravel. Okay, cleaning a carburetor is nothing unique. You've probably seen it on other channels. I'm not going to worry so much about that. Turn that up just in case we continue to have a small leak there. But I'm going in and cleaning out the passageways. I'll blow them out with compressed air, and we will see if we can't get this thing to work properly. So we'll catch back up here in a few minutes. Okay, and we'll see if I can get this thing put back together here. Yeah, it looks like the right torque setting. Oh, so we have gas coming out this end now. Yeah, I'm probably going to end up having to replace this. That's not good. That's not good. It is what it is. Okay. Okay, before we do that, I'll clean this out a little bit. Had mud dauber nest. I don't know where everybody might be watching from. I know I have primarily US, but also see United Kingdom, India, Australia. Indonesia. I've been to Australia for a wedding, a buddy of mine in Adelaide. In England, Ireland, Wales, Northern Ireland. Lived in France. Okay, let's see what we can do with this thing now. There we go. Maybe. Apologies to the folks watching over in the UK. We do our tea differently here in the South. Up north, they dump it in the bay. Okay. I'm not supposed to be doing all this right now. I'm still on restrictions from my cardiologist, but you know, none of us getting out alive anyway. So turn the fuel on. I'll back you up just a little bit. And maybe even set you up here. And hopefully you don't witness a heart attack here. Choke. Ah, jeez. Okay. I'm going to let this rest. I'm going to let me rest. And I'll get back to it after a while. All right, Amazon came today, late, and I want to get this thing back together. So that's what I'm working on now, and hopefully I can get this thing rolling again. A little bit concerned though, there's rain coming hard too, but maybe we'll get it. We'll see. Okay. Gaskets.
if we can get this connected first. I'm wearing contacts today and I can't see up close well with contacts. Today was the day for our monthly first responders breakfast at Canebrake Fire Department, where I'm a fire commissioner, and always help. I'm still not feeling 100% though from having the ablation last week, but I did cook sausage, and when I cook the sausage on that griddle up there, I always end up with grease all over. So I wore contacts today. Unfortunately, I don't see well with contacts, obviously. All right, I have a pair of readers out here. I'm gonna have to put these on right quick. Maybe with the readers, I'll be able to get this thing in there. Maybe. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna try to keep this PG-13 at least. Merit of lore. Sometimes you have to get that little spring in first. If you can get the little spring, it's easier to get the bigger spring in. So we will try that. Little spring in. And big spring. Okay, that's done. Yeah, the smoke here coming out of Canada has been terrible. Man, it's been terrible. The air quality sucks. I've been short of breath since getting the ablation last week, and it really makes it hard to breathe. Well, it's got my allergies all messed up. It'll be all right though. I'm gonna survive. See if we can get this gasket in here. Show you what I'm doing. Get the gasket lined up first. Get it in. Put this in here. Okay. All right. That one's in place. And get this one in place. Okay. Put this Torx number 30 back on. And so we get Torx back here. Click, and there we go. Looks good, tight. All right. Somewhere here I have a set of pliers. Let's get this on here. They sent you fuel line. You see this? Look at the size. This is, I don't even know that this is fuel rated hose here. It's not what I would use for fuel line. some kind of polyvinyl. But the connection that was under the tank, if you remember, I was spewing fuel everywhere. You can see that right here. This thing is all cracked up, dry rotted. So I had to use a little bit of that stuff. I'll just buy a new fuel line to replace the whole thing later. I want to get it running, let my grandsons have an opportunity to ride a little bit, and then I want to take it apart. But I need some feedback, folks. I really want some good feedback on the colors. Now, I really would like to go with red for the base and black for the roll bars, the rope system, rollover protection system. But I also started thinking, what about Kubota Orange? I think Kubota Orange would be rather cool. And along with Kubota Orange, I could put Kubota decals on this thing. That'd be kind of neat. We have a Kubota tractor here on the farm. I just think it'd kind of tie in nicely. I think the grandsons would get a kick out of it, but I'm going to let my subscribers and whoever's watching the video, whether you're subscribing or not, I'm going to give you the opportunity to chime in and make a decision on it, and that's what I'll go with. Whatever the folks out there in the internet world decide is what we will do. And we'll make this thing nice and pretty again. Fresh paint can do wonders. There's Derek over at Vice Grip Garage talks about rebuilding a rattle can rebuild. Man, I love watching that dude's stuff. He sparked my interest of getting back into working on things. Many years ago, I took auto mechanics before I knew what I wanted to do in life, and it served me well over the years. But now I'm 60 and retired, and I still don't know what I want to do in life, so someday I'll figure it out. All right, tight and tight, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, it's nice and tight. There we go. What else do I need to put on here? I have a couple of filters here. I don't know, that didn't have a green filter in it. I think I'm gonna leave that off. I don't want to choke this thing out. We'll put this filter on because we had that filter. I just feel like I am forgetting something, man. That's not a good feeling when you're putting something together, especially at the end when you look and you got parts left over. All right. So far, mostly good. Oh, hallelujah. Okay. All right. Here, I'll talk to you for just a second. It's getting late here on the East Coast here in South Carolina. You can barely see me. There we go, a little bit better in color. It's probably 7:30 now, 7:30 p.m. on the East Coast, and I am about to put a little gas in this, and it's raining, of course. I want to see if I can get it started. May not be able to. I do not have any ether or starting fluid, so I don't know. I'm not going to let you have to sit through and agonizingly watch me put gas in, but I will show you trying to start this thing. So we'll be back in a minute. All right, let's see what we can do. It's wanting to. Lord have mercy. Okay, this is not looking good right now, and I don't need to be pushing my luck. Not a week after having that ablation. Still not supposed to be lifting more than 10 pounds, and I'm probably doing more than that in force on these pulls. And the last thing I want to do is have a heart attack on camera, and you know, okay, it might be good for contact and getting subscription, but for a short time anyway. But we'll get back on this shortly. Okay, it's Mark again. It's the next day. I'm back on the Go Kart project for the grandkids, and I didn't have any starting fluid, and I know sometimes something can be old and set a while, and it really needs starting fluid to get started. So I went over to our local O'Reilly's and picked up starting fluid, and I picked up this tester for the spark plug. This end plugs on the spark plug, this end the plug wire plugs in, and when you pull it, you should at least see a spark going through there. If it starts, you have good steady spark, letting you know your electrical system is working good. I already know I'm getting fuel in there, and I've got it just to pop off a couple of times, but couldn't figure out exactly what's going on. And there's an old kill switch on it, and didn't make any difference which way I turned it. I can get the fire, but not continuous fire. And I'm pretty sure that kill switch is the problem. So we're going to see if we can't get this thing to pop off here. So start, try again, turn the gas on, enough, come on, come on. All right, there we go. This will make the grandkids happy. I'll need to put a new kill switch on it. I don't want them running it without a kill switch, and I'll need to buy that and put it on. But after I exhausted everything else, I figured that's the only thing it could be. A new carburetor. The old carburetor might have been good, but there were leaks, and part of the fuel line was bad, and the replacement fuel line was not good. I'm going to replace all of that with some true fuel line, not that polyvinyl stuff that came with the kit. That'll never stand up for long-term use. I do want to get feedback from people. If you're watching this, let me know what colors you think I ought to paint it. I'm kind of leaning toward Kubota Orange and the rollover protection system that's now black, going back with a Kubota gray like you'll see on the tractors. Or I might just go back with traditional Go Kart red and black on it. But I'd like to get some feedback, you know, participation on the channel.
and whatever the folks say, whatever is voted the highest, that's what I'm going to go with. I haven't bought paint yet. I haven't beat blasted, but I'm going to stop the video for a second and hook it up on there and try to climb my fat butt in there and see if we can't go for a quick ride. So join me in a minute. Okay, that was pretty exciting. So let me know what you think. Let me know about the colors, what you'd like to see. You can see we're kind of a tan and black now. I will not record me climbing out of that. That was not pretty, me getting into it, and it definitely won't be pretty me getting out of it. But let me know what you think, and if you would, please, you know, give us a thumbs up if you like it. Talk to us, share, and by all means, please subscribe to our channel. There'll be more to come on this. It'll be a little later project. I might do it when it's a little bit cooler. I'm not supposed to be out doing a lot yet. Just had the ablation last week and having trouble breathing out here in this terrible air quality, but you know, I want to make something right for the grandkids to be able to play on and have a good time when they come out to the farm. So for now, that's it from Cedar Falls Farm. Please join us soon. See ya.